Welcome to the first episode of UAHS Live 2019. I'm Maria Manesi.
And I'm Rebecca Murray. Coming up on the show, we'll look at Art Therapy Club, athletic changes at the high school in 2019, and medical marijuana.
The Upper Arlington Vocal Music Program is in the final weeks of preparing for their upcoming musical, Mamma Mia! You can now buy tickets for the musical at www.uavocalmusic.org, and the production will be held February 21st through the 23rd at 7:30 and on the 24th at 2:30 p.m.
For incoming freshmen at Upper Arlington, starting next year, public speaking will no longer be a graduation requirement. All other UAHS students will have to take public speaking either in class or online before graduation if they haven't already.
Art therapy has been proven to decrease stress and anxiety. Art Therapy Club, a new club at the high school this school year, helps incorporate these ideas in the projects they participate in. I joined the club one afternoon to learn more on what it is about. Upper Arlington High School students from all grades and interests gather after school on Mondays for Art Therapy Club. Club leader June Postalakis talks more about the club itself.
Art Therapy Club is basically revolves around the idea that art can do more than just be art, I guess. So like it has like healing properties for the soul. It makes you feel better. Certain hospitals use it for patients who are sick, and so we just wanted to combine that with doing art for ourselves.
Both June and co-president Claire Powell are currently in painting together, and they were inspired to create this club by a conversation with a substitute teacher.
We were in painting class and we were talking about kind of college apps and what we were going to do like with the school, and so we wanted to start a club, and one of our substitute teachers, Mrs. Malika, she actually had the idea for Art Therapy Club because she has a lot of contacts who do art therapy, so she recommended it to us.
The club has already done various different projects, with this being their first year.
Most of the time we do crafts, like the one we did yesterday, or we decorate something or something that has like a greater value to it, and then sometimes we'll volunteer at other places and do art with other people.
The therapy aspect of this club is what makes it different from art club at the high school.
So art therapy in a clinical setting is where you do art, or you paint, or you do any form of art, and it can help patients get better. It can help certain people who are struggling with like mental illnesses. It can improve their state.
Art Therapy Club is a great way to make new friends and do relaxing art like this ornament. If you're interested in joining, the club meets in room 166 in the art hallway on Mondays after school. This has been Maria Monesi reporting for the WARL. Experience is necessary to join Art Therapy Club, which means Monday after school. The leaders are always welcoming new people and come up with various projects weekly.
Many students at UAHS participate in the high school's well-developed music programs. These programs are continuing to grow and hold great performances throughout the year.
Ava Toll took a closer look on the work put into Upper Arlington Orchestra Program and what's in store for the orchestras this year.
The UAHS Orchestra Program just finished up their second concert of the year, the Fall Philharmonic. This concert was to showcase the orchestra's work from the fall. Only the high school participated in the concert, but the orchestra has students from not only the high school but the middle and elementary schools as well. Although the final product sounds great out on the stage,
this is where the magic happens.
The orchestra students have orchestra once a day as a class in their schedules. Mr. and Mrs. Zunick are the primary orchestra teachers at UAHS, but they work around the district as well.
Oh, I love working with all the different grade levels. In fact, I just came here from Tremont, and so my day starts here at the high school, and 0 period is the chamber group, and then 1st period is symphony, and then concert orchestra 2nd period, string orchestra's 3rd period. And then I go to Tremont and I have 4th graders, like the beginning kids, the kids that want to be the high school kids. And it's my job to help them and guide them along. Then I come back and teach 6, 7, and 8.
The students have been working in the UA program for a very long time, making it all the more special.
I've been in Upper Arlington since 2001. Originally, I was hired to be the Hastings Orchestra Director, but things have evolved and changed over the last 18 years.
Over the years, the duo have been able to make the Upper Arlington Orchestra set apart from the others.
We're completely inclusive. There are some schools in which if you're not taking private lessons, you're not in the program.
The high school level kids have even been invited to many trips such as Hawaii, Disney World, and New York.
It was such an honor to represent Upper Arlington High School in Hawaii and to perform in front of Pearl Harbor. Overall, these trips really bring to life what we have learned in the classroom.
The orchestra program here in UA is noticeably respected because of the Zunig's passion for their jobs and the students' passion for the music. This has been Ava Toll reporting for the WAR.
Coming up for the orchestra program, all UAHS orchestra students will have the opportunity to go to Disney World on February 13th, where they'll partake in a music workshop and play for visitors at Hollywood Studios.
We will have more on this story after their trip. Now we toss it to sports with Will and Annie.
Thanks, Maria. Welcome to sports. I'm Annie Ranke.
And I'm Will Reynolds. On Friday, January 25th, the Hockey Bears celebrated their senior night with a huge crowd, thanks to Bear Den Delivery, which shuttled the students to the ice house. Another thanks to Papa John's for donating some fantastic pizza. Unfortunately, the boys lost 2-4 to Jerome. The players came back the next day fired up, beating Springboro 10-2, which puts their record at 19-7 with one tied game.
Also on the 25th, the girls basketball team beat Hilliard-Davidson 49-45, which puts their record at 13-5. Upper Arlington's all-time lead scorer, Macy Spielman, scored 22 points during the game.
At home that night, the boys basketball team celebrated their seniors and hosted Davidson. The boys lost to Davidson 36-49, but on the following day, they beat the Chillicothe Cavaliers 45-49, with Max Martz being the lead scorer.
Max Martz is one of the seniors celebrated on.
Before our boys basketball seniors call it a wrap, they're still raising money for a disease close to the program's heart, called ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease, which is a disease that causes weakness in the muscles.
On November 29th, the Upper Arlington boys basketball team held their first annual foundation game to raise money for ALS research. They raised a whopping $4,878. Rebecca Murray looks back on this event.
This year, the Upper Arlington boys basketball team held a foundation game on November 23rd against Cincinnati Moeller to help raise money for ALS, which has affected the family of one of the varsity basketball cheerleaders.
We decided, since we have a good cause here in our own backyard, that would be a good thing to focus on.
Mr. Gross, who has been affected by ALS, tells us more about the disease.
ALS is amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, and it is a degenerative muscle neuron disease, meaning that your neurons basically die, which then do not talk to your muscles, and your muscles atrophy, and you lose strength.
All of the proceeds made from ticket sales, raffle tickets, and other fundraising activities will go towards benefiting the ALS cause.
Split 3 ways between the Gross family, the ALS Foundation, and Dr. Kolb's Research Foundation at Ohio State.
During the game, players and fans showed their support for the cause by wearing red, the awareness color for ALS.
As you can see, the stadium was full of people who were here to support the Bears and help us fundraise for ALS.
The fans cheered throughout the whole game, including during halftime when many fundraising activities were held.
What we're hoping to get out of the foundation game is an awareness of ALS.
Although Cincinnati Moeller ended up winning the game, Upper Arlington will have a chance to redeem themselves next year when the foundation game will be held again in Cincinnati. This has been Rebecca Murray reporting for the WAR.
Basketball Bears continue to fundraise at the games by selling raffle tickets and shirts throughout the rest of their season, which ends in mid-February.
And other big news, big changes are happening with the Upper Arlington swim program. The boys and girls teams are joining forces and now practicing based on their event. This change is to add a new dynamic to the program. They plan to dominate sectionals on February 9th in the UAHS Natatorium. For more information on this event, visit their Twitter at UA Water Bears.
The Swim Bears aren't the only ones going through changes in UA. A major current topic within Upper Arlington School District is the construction and the changes with the athletic fields. Sydney Labe reports more on this topic.
Upper Arlington High School Athletics kicked off field renovations this summer. The athletic director at the high school, Mr. Pusateri, gave more insight on the changes taking place at Tremont Fields, as well as the future changes at the Marv Moorhead Memorial Stadium.
On March 11th, well, they're tearing down. Everything's going to be gone except for the turf itself, the visitors' bleachers, and some of the light poles. I don't know which ones.
Although indoor and off-campus athletics won't be directly affected by these changes, all sports will have to endure changes to the weight room.
So the weight room and the training room are coming into school. Half of the freshman gym is going to be the new weight room for 3 years.
Due to the construction at the Marv, there are new athletic facilities at Tremont.
We're building a baseball field, a softball field, and a turf field.
The turf field was finished 2 weeks ago. Right now, soccer and field hockey are practicing there. Mr. Pusateri gave us more information on how spring sports will be affected by this construction.
Lacrosse girls will play their games there in the spring. Boys lacrosse is playing at Wellington. Baseball and softball are going to be affected for 3 years.
Although the teams are enduring some difficulties with the construction, they are looking forward to the future of UAHS athletics and all the positive changes to come. This has been Sydney Lape reporting for WARL.
The new multi-purpose turf field at Tremont Elementary School spring sports will be able to keep a normal practice schedule, even with construction.
The new turf field is not the only addition to Tremont. Baseball and softball diamonds are currently under construction and are expected to be finished just in time for the spring season.
As winter sports are finishing out their season, there is still time to go support our talented student athletes.
Good luck to all of our seniors out there. Now to Jess and Peter with community news.
Welcome to Community News. I'm Peter Zelnick.
And I'm Jessica Stelzer. On January 15th, Upper Arlington City Manager Ted Staten announced his retirement through a message on the City of Upper Arlington website. Staten is retiring on January 31st due to personal medical challenges.
Staten has been city manager since 2011 with the help of City Council. He has made many changes to the City of UA, including a new solid waste program, continued investment in capital improvements, and the competition of the new Tremont Pool and Northern Park Playground.
As the city searches for a new manager, John Deschler traveled around the city to showcase the new developments coming this year.
UA's centennial year is now over, and the community will be looking a bit different. There are several new establishments currently under construction ready to make their debut in 2019. A new Mediterranean-style fast-casual restaurant, Brassica, will be opening a new location on Lane Avenue in the coming weeks. Down the street, the Upper Arlington Veterinary Hospital's second location is almost done being constructed. Devon Pool is currently under construction to receive a substantial renovation and will be ready for the summer. And of course, our very own high school will begin construction in March while students are on spring break. Half of the Brandon lot will be closed off for construction while the Marv undergoes remodeling, which will make parking even more of a challenge. This has been John Deschler reporting for the WARL.
Now I'm interested in checking out these new spots.
Me too. Beyond the bubble, major changes are happening throughout Ohio.
On January 16th, Ohio Valley Natural Relief opened in Wintersville, Ohio, making the first medical marijuana sales in the state. Alex Chris looks more into the process behind legalizing medical marijuana.
In September of 2016, House Bill 523 was passed by the Ohio Congress, making medical marijuana legal in Ohio.
Once the program was enacted, it gave the authority or the responsibility to 3 separate state agencies, the State of Ohio Board of Pharmacy, the State Medical Board of Ohio, and the Ohio Department of Commerce to regulate the program.
Medical marijuana should be available to those who need it by early 2019. There are a total of 26 cultivation sites, 336 physicians qualified to recommend, and 56 dispensaries in Ohio.
For our dispensaries, one of the things that we did was we first split up the state into 31 different districts. There are going to be X amount of licenses awarded in each district, so that way we could ensure that there are dispensaries in every part of the state and that everyone has at least some access.
Here in Franklin County, there will be a total of 5 dispensaries. These dispensaries can be found at 1361 Georgesville Road, 656 Grandview Avenue, 111 Vine Street, 2950 North High Street,
and here at Kennedy Center in the city of Columbus, right outside of Upper Arlington. Upper Arlington, along with other cities such as Hilliard, Dublin, and Grandview Heights, prohibited medical marijuana businesses within their city limits.
You know, we've issued our licenses to businesses who applied for them, and it's kind of up to them to get things up and running and put together their operation.
This has been Alex Chris reporting from the WARL.
Spring, but there is no specific date yet.
The UAHS Bears Against Blood Cancer Dine and Donate fundraiser is currently being held.
Support our students and the Leukemia Lymphoma Society by heading to Chick-fil-A on January 31st, the Goody Shop now through March 4th, or Zest during the month of February.
Flyers and more information can be found in the UAH Schools website.
Now to Ava with Lifestyle.
Welcome to Lifestyle. I'm Ava Toll. If you're looking for something to do to get out of the house and see some new things this winter, some smaller concerts coming up in February are Rice Fine on the 12th and Boz on the 14th. Hey, Upper Arlington's motto is to serve, lead, and succeed. Senior Cody Darling is exhibiting this motto with his innovative ability to convert a van into a vehicle you can live in. CJ Carsardos has more on the story.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to my van. This is Gus. He's a 2010 Econoline van. I'll show you around inside. So here we have two benches that fold out into a giant bed. We have the back seat cushions on here. We got this old cabinet. And then we got these fairy lights that we hung up with super glue on the sides. We have these nice speakers back here jamming to some camp. Sitting in the parking lot. Up there we have a Polaroid board for all of our friends and family that come and visit the van. My favorite parts of the van was that I get to combine like all my passions for like skiing, fly fishing, traveling all in one, and I get to take it with this vehicle. I plan to take this vehicle to Colorado where I'll be going to school next year, hopefully out west, Montana, Wyoming, California. Hopefully visit all those places, and wherever else I want to go, I guess. Just figure that out.
Darling plans on taking this van all over the country, from Maine to California. For those of us who don't have a van to travel the country in, finding adventure in Columbus is easy. Our very own Columbus has been placed on the New York Times 52 Best Places to Go. Piper Crotty reports.
At the beginning of each year, the New York Times releases a list of 52 destinations they believe are must-sees for that year. This year, our very own Columbus made the cut. The article praised the self-driving shuttles at the Scioto Mile and the newly opened Veterans Memorial on the Scioto Mile as well. They also mentioned various up-and-coming restaurants such as the Little Eater and the renowned North Market. The article discussed the Short North and German Village neighborhoods, the store Thread, and Columbus's very own Jenny's Ice Cream.
With locations in the Short North and Grandview, Thread is a carefully curated lifestyle boutique that brings the big city mindset to the Midwest fashion oasis of Columbus, and it is our mission to deliver a remarkable experience to everyone who walks through our doors.
This has been Piper Crotty for the WARL.
If you're looking for more travel fun, check out the other 51 places listed on the New York Times website. Now back to Maria and Rebecca on Maine.
The program of studies was pushed out to the desktops of students' school-issued laptops at the end of January by the technology department. It has information on all classes offered at the high school and is helpful for students unsure of what classes to take next year.
A new class offered this school year is robotics. Tad Fountain found more on this new addition to the program of studies.
The Upper Arlington High School offers many unique classes for students. One of these classes is the robotics class taught by Mr. Bixel.
Well, I designed the class to meet a need. I think one of the biggest mistakes the American educational system makes is we have students spending way too much time working on stuff they're not interested in. I think Einstein said that if you judge a fish based on its ability to climb a tree, it'll spend its entire life thinking it's stupid. So I designed a class where under the umbrella of STEM and a lot of physics and mechanics, students can work on projects about which they feel passionate.
This class offers students a unique experience that many do not receive. This class is full of ambitious students who all share a similar compassion for this very complex field of science.
I was actually invited by Mr. Bixel to have an opportunity to take this class. He said
if it's really too much, too hard, this is a class you're going to want to drop, replace with a study hall. So first day I came in, I was like, wow, this is a pretty cool class.
One of the many unique parts of this class is how students all play different roles. Some build robots that participate in combat, some students build flying drones, and some help raise funding and awareness for the class.
Located in the upper level ELC, this cage is used by robotics students to test their designs before their competitions.
Through the time that I spent in this class, I learned a lot about how these students problem solve and create their amazing robots. From sawing, measuring, and cutting to 3D printing, these students will do whatever it takes to perfect their design.
If you're working on a project and you've got like a motor or some sort of component or something in physics or science and you just don't understand it and you're stuck on your project, there's two responses I've seen to that. One person takes out their cell phone and they get on the internet and they look up the user manual for the motor they're working with or for the electronic speed controller. Anybody like that's going to do great in a class.
To some, this class is often overshadowed because it is a relatively new class and it isn't your average science class. This is a repeatable class that offers the same credentials as the other science classes, but it takes a unique field of science and puts it into your hands and allows you to do what you will to create incredible designs and have an enjoyable experience. This has been Tad Fountain reporting for the WARL.
Students thinking about taking robotics and other electives next year will be able to plan their schedules during February 4th through February 8th, which will be academic week at Upper Arlington High School. Students will learn about unique course offerings and plan their schedules for next year.
On January 31st, freshmen will have the opportunity to hear from speakers of different professions for Focus on Your Future. This event has been held at Columbus State Community College in the past, but this year will be held at UAHS.
All Upper Arlington High School students will have a similar opportunity on March 22nd when the second annual Idea Day is held at the high school. The first annual Idea Day was held last February. Ellie Hartramp learned how 2019's Idea Day is going to differ.
Upper Arlington students put on the first annual Idea Day last February. It was a day that sparked creativity and learning by having speakers and individual sessions on-site or off-campus. Being the first year of this event, the day received some criticism by UAHS students.
So it was a little bit unorganized.
I just think it needs to be more organized because it was very crowded at certain points of the day.
So I hope that next year they organize it better and that's how they improve it.
Since the common theme of complaints was on organization, students have joined committee this year to help solve that problem.
My name is AYAH. I'm co-director of workshops, and I joined UA Idea Day to create a unique experience for students outside of their normal school day.
Hi, my name is Hallie Underwood. I'm a junior and I'm currently the co-president of Idea Day this year. There was a very small group working on Idea Day and it was completely new. So now we have Idea Day from last year to kind of work and organize for this year. So that's what we've been doing since the end of last year. And we know that there's a little bit of disorganization with it last year, and we're working on that. That's one of our main priorities, is to make sure that everything's running smoothly.
Last year, for Idea Day, we had two main locations for the main speakers, here in the gym and in the auditorium. I sat down with Laura Moore and she talked to me about how this year is going to look a little different.
We took all the feedback very seriously last year. In addition, we've had 81 people express interest in helping out with Idea Day. So last year we only had, I had 9 students and 2 adults, really kind of in the heat of it, putting everything together. So the fact that we have so many more people involved will make it a little bit easier to make some of those dreams kind of come to life. So we are going to have a lot more choice. So last year students could choose between different workshop sessions in the afternoon, but this year we're going to have opportunities for students to plan their day. So they'll be able to choose whether or not they want a workshop that is in the morning and a workshop in the afternoon, or if they do want to listen to speakers all day.
Through all the hard work and consideration these students are putting into a one-day event, Hallie Underwood has a message for UAHS students.
So as a student or staff member, start looking forward to Idea Day and the new changes that we're bringing to the experience. Look on Schoology, look at the surveys that we're going to be posting as Idea Day approaches, so we can get you a more personalized experience, so we can have every single student feel like they're having a good day.
This has been Ellie Hartramp reporting for the WARL.
You can follow UA Idea Day's Instagram at UA Idea Day, and if you have any questions, you can contact the co-chairs, Hallie Underwood at hunderwood@uaschools.org or Dylan Carlson at dcarlsonservant@uaschools.org.
We will have more information on how to schedule your speakers and sessions for the day in the near future. That's it for this edition of UA Live. Thanks for tuning in.